Hello YouTube fans, here again. And I thought I'd do Peter News. Not been done for a bit, so why not? Peter News. I'm going to do something different this time on Peter News. It's going to be a while before I open up, so I figured what the hell. It's going to be something different. And what do I mean by it's going to be something different? How can I put it? There's a thing on Doodle. I think a few weeks ago I was looking on the internet. And I know, everyone's got different opinions, and it's what makes the world an interesting place. It's the things I like, things people hate, the things I hate, people love, and this is one of them. Someone put a things about Fight Night, not the dud one from 1985, not the unestimated sequel, which doesn't get a DVD or a Blu-ray or any cheap type of treatment in this country, which is a damn right saying, unless they make a sequel. They were on about the remake with Stephen Farrell, and I remember talking once, and I almost forgot his name, but because he's forgettable. So Stephen Farrell, who was miscast, I may add, they had a comment where they said this is a good remake and it's a lot better than the original one. I know I'm trying to keep cool. I know the shirt is red, but I'm not red with anger. I know, it's their opinion, we've all got one. But as Clint Eastwood said in one of the Dirty Harry movies, what can I put it now? Opinions are like arseholes. Now I know I've been unfair, but how the hell can this person, he or she, I think it was a man's name who said it, how can this person turn around and say that the fucking remake of Fright Night is better than the original? This is where I'm gonna offend the original's honour, because it really pisses me off. It's your opinion, mate. Whoever written it down, memorise your name. It's your opinion. That's fair enough. When I read it, I didn't snap. I didn't go, what the F? I didn't do any of that. I just read it. And I listened to your response, and I'm going to use mine. I'm going to offend the original Fright Night, because this person said that this remake is a lot better. Don't know what the hell he's smoking. Number one, you had dud actors in the original. Dud actors. In the remake, I love doing it, so why not? Pieces of wood. You had pieces of wood there because they were right-hander. I know the actor that played Charlie Brewster in the remake is no longer with us, so I'm not going to be disrespectful. May he rest in peace. But I'm on about the character, what he was playing. So I don't get a love letter saying, you're being disrespectful and someone has passed away, you know, so... He said actor. It is a character he was playing. Allow me to speak now. So, at the end of the day, the character, not the actor in real life, I know he's no longer with us, but the character is just likeable. I'm sorry, you can kick me in the doolies as many times as you want. The character of Charlie Brewster was just likeable. Yeah, I know that in the original he treated Evil Ed, me and his mate, like a piece of shit. And always called him evil. Cut it out, evil. It's not funny. And all this. I understand, right? But in this remake, he's totally dislikable. Because Evil Ed is not really paid for laughs and giggles like he was in the 1985 Fight Night. But nevertheless, he's one of them what will shit on you to be with mates who are not really his mates. In other words, he's one of them that tries to pretend he's something he's not. So he's dislikable. He wants to be with the pretty people, basically. What makes you hate Charlie Brewster in this? And then we get to the vampire. You had a really good actor that played the vampire. He was good looking in the era. He was smooth. You know what I mean? He was like how I wanted Christopher Lee to be as Dracula, but we never got to see that. But this is what he was. He made it his own. He wasn't trying to act like Dracula. He made it his own male version of a vampire. He was smooth. He was the sort who would get your girlfriend, but he's the sort who would bite you on the neck. He would also be ruthless. Stephen Farrell was just there because he looked pretty. They took him in like in every remake going because he was a pretty boy. He had biceps and it shows, and it was shit. And then you get to the rating. I don't always watch movies, right, for blood, gore and snot. I don't watch them for blood, gore and snot. There are movies out there and I love what are 15. The original Lost Boys was a 15. The Horrors of Dracula was a 15 today. What come out in 1958 with Christopher Lee. There's loads. The original flipping Dracula with Ben Doster, even though it's black and white and it's like in the 30s, 1932. I could be right and wrong on that. I think it was national. It could be 1931. Either 1931 or 1932. But nevertheless, I love that. I love the way he does that. His voice. My name is Dracula. Listen to the children of the night. And I love that. You know what I mean? So there's loads of films. So don't. If anyone says, oh, you just like it because it's 18, you want to see blood, guts and door. Fight Night didn't have that much blood and door, but the 18 gave it an impact. A 15 pussied out. Like, you get the scene right, with Evil Ed, and he's dying in the original. The effects are damn good. People go on about American Werewolf in London. Don't get me wrong, I love the effects in American Werewolf in London. But then you look at the effects in Fright Night, the original, where he's dying. Them effects are brilliant. It's sad, it makes you cry at the same time. You're like, wow, how did they do that? Now you look at the frigging remake, the way Evil Ed gets killed in that. It's forgettable. You could go out, I can make a cup of coffee, I've forgotten it in a few minutes. It looks like a video game. He dies in a few seconds. You look at blink your eyes and it's forgettable. You look how Evil Ed gets it in the original. And it's such a kick in the balls. You've got the vampire, the actor that played the vampire. In the original, makes a farty disappearance in the remake, just for a kick in the nuts for David Farrell to bite him on the neck, and I'm assuming he dies. He's such a shitty way. And that's something else, they open the mouth, you see the fangs, it's CGI. It's a CGI garbage. There's no good makeup in it, there's nothing what made the original, nothing. Robbie McDowell, you get the actor that plays Doctor Who. I've got nothing against David Tennant, I've got nothing against him as an actor, but seriously, I know he's making it his own, I can respect that, but it's just dislikable. There's not one character in this you root for. Nothing. The music in the nightclub scene, forgettable. The music in the original, damn dud. I love the music. I've even got all the music songs was used in the scene where they're in the nightclub where the vampire's chasing them, because I like the music that much. And the original Fight Night got me back into vampire films. I did that last time. It got me back into vampire films. So for the person to say that the remake is better, that's your opinion, mate. I'm not going to swear. I'm not going to call you names. But I don't get it. I just don't get it. I had to pause the time, there's something come up. But yeah, I just don't get how someone could say that this is better. I just don't get it. Just bear with me. I know I've got to do this in 2 parts because someone wanted something. But there you go. But anyway, yeah, so I just don't get why this guy doesn't like... He's saying that the remake, it's messed my brain up, is better than the original. I'm sorry, but we're D&dicity. Let's just leave it as that. We're D and we're dicity. Okay? So let's moving on now. Let's moving on. So we'll get to what I call the... what's going on. I'm going to still do the 80s marathon, why not, and I'm still going to go through the 80s marathon of films from the 80s. There's bits where I'm going to go back, which you've noticed, and there's bits where I'm going to go forward, because 86 is a damn good day for films. As you already know, it's a damn good day for action films. So I'm going to go for them still, and I'll talk a bit about the Oricon, why not, when I'm here. New cases, this to there. This was this to there. This was this to people, and the past week we've had no new cases. So why is it, I'm going to say this to all these scientists, why is it it's still so many meters? Number one, correct me if I'm right or wrong, but is it not a winter illness, the cold? Don't people get more of the cold in winter? So when they're going on about the B5, it's called BS, it is more of a winter illness. Number two, I watched a thing a few weeks ago with a scientist, right? A scientist, and he turned around and said now it's more of a cold. More people are ill with it, but they're not in hospital with it. So which one is it? Someone help me out. I pretend to be Dada. Which one is it? So if anything, I think it's protests that more people are just ill. That's not a bad thing. They're not in hospital. Say that again. They're not in hospital. But you'll never hear that a lot. And that's why I always refuse to have the next booster. Now, I know at the moment they're doing it people over 50 anyway. And speaking of that, I saw Mirari Terra. I used to fancy Miranda Terra, you know the singer. You treated me right, you treated me poor. And this day she did look poor. Because I saw a photo of her, my mate, so I used to fancy her. I mean, she was pretty, she had pretty useful looks back in the 90s. She had a good figure on her, that even looked nicer when she had a boob job. And that's just me thinking with my good brain. And she looked pretty, you know, eye-tanned there. I know we get older, but when I saw a photo of her today, oh my God. I know I'm getting a bit of a double tin, right? I admit that, right? And I admit, you know, we get older, put a bit of weight on, down to use weight. But if you just saw me added to there, what she looks like now, oh my God. Oh my God. I'm not even going to say it. There's a photo of her with a toy boy, and it's like, oh my God. Whew. Not anymore. That's all I can say. Not anymore, I fancy me added to there. But yeah, just a few things on my mind anyway. So I'm going to keep doing the 80s marathon. I'm going to still keep doing my movie reviews and talk about politics on the way. As we know, we've got this heat wave at the moment, and this is something else that makes me laugh. People are going on about the heat wave, about the Maddie, about how hot it is, and this isn't laughable. I have to do it on a video once. The Maddie at the moment, they've been things, some female obstacle nurse from the districts, obviously know what the hell she's talking about. It's going around saying a lot of people are passing out, there's going to be more ambulances, more people are going to go to hospital, people can finish work earlier, so a lot of people are going to find that as an excuse to finish earlier, just because of this heat wave. But this stupid girl, and I will call her a girl, did you not do your history lesson, sweetheart? Because in 1976, we had the hottest heat wave going. For the people who want to know a history lesson, we went around in the 70s. 1976 had the biggest heat wave ever. This is mild. Does this woman ever go to a Minari desert? Does she ever go to Egypt or any type of desert? Because she thinks this is hot, this is mild. So for this stupid woman to say this, duh. See, this is why we get done addicted by stupid people who are doing a nurse study or studying science or studying this, and suddenly they think they know it all. I mean, I don't know it all. Would I be here now? But you get someone like that and they raffle on a load of BS saying, oh, well, the heat waves are going to make people pass out and people are going to get ill and there's going to be loads of people in hospital and people shouldn't be going to work. Oh, right, so what? We're going to fuck the economy even more then for being lazy and using the sun. You told people not to go to work, they're going to pass out or die, right? I'm trying to use that as an excuse to have time off. I can have time off, I can sunbathe, so on. It just strikes me. It honest to God strikes me. So it's one of these. So at the end of the day, I'm not going to wind me up. But this nurse, you have to know what the hell she's on about. So there's a few things I thought I'd put on the top bit on Peter News. But into them, I'm down doing the 80s marathon. Talk about other things. I keep saying it. If there's anything you want me to talk about, let me know. Or leave me a nice comment. If no one's not subbed to me yet, give me an extra sub. It'd be nice. But into them, be smart, be safe, and I'll see you later.